Such talent, such diversity, such resilience of the African youth. Give yourselves a round of applause. When I received the call to make a statement here today, I was initially stunned and then excited and really anxious, and I asked myself, why me? But then I asked, why not me? I am a veil-wearing Muslim woman from the smallest regions in Ghana, the Upper West region, in the country, the Wala. In many ways, I am a minority of a minority. In many spaces I've been in, I am often exception, hardly the norm. But that has never held me back. I became one of the first from my immediate family to attain a university education, and one of the first, perhaps the only woman from my community to have had a prime-time voice on radio and television. My exposure and impact helped inspire many young women, particularly Muslim girls and Northern girls across the country, to believe and to pursue a career in media and journalism.
Yeah, Chris.
As a founding member of the Alliance for Women in Media, which was inspired by similar organizations in the US, our young dynamic group of media women are working to advance the welfare and visibility of women in media and ensure that the voices, the stories, the images of African women and girls are fairly represented.
Going around the video, guys.
These examples are not cited to self-praise, but to demonstrate how far I have come. I may have walked a few steps up this platform today, but my journey, like the journey of so many women and girls, goes many steps back across multiple generations within many spaces. Let me mention my maternal grandmother, Alima. An enterprising, generous woman who did not have any formal education, but encouraged her daughter in an appetite for learning and put her in school. Let me talk about my mother, Hajia Rahmat, who after numerous domestic chores at home had to go to school to sell food before she could go to school. She was often late, but she kept going. My mother said she often walked barefoot to school under the hot sun, which will make the ground heat up and burn the soles of her feet. But she kept going and became the first woman within her immediate family to attain higher education by progressing all the way to training college, to becoming a teacher and a headmistress. I dare say she could have achieved more, but she sacrificed her dreams at some point to stay home and care for her children. It is because my mother walked that today I am able to run. And it is because I ran today that my dear two daughters will fly tomorrow. But this is not a story about mothers and daughters and the power of education for transformation. It is a story about Ghana, about Africa as a continent that ranks low in many development indices as we make our way up the transformational ladder for better representation of women, for better health care, education, infrastructure, youth employment, amongst others. The journey can be daunting with many reasons to despair. Some young Africans may feel, may feel that their economic salvation lies elsewhere across the Sahara, beyond the Mediterranean. But no matter how hot the ground beneath our feet, the solution is not across but within. We just have to keep going. We have to keep putting in the work. Generation after generation, we will shatter the glass ceilings on Africa's economic prosperity. To attain the Africa we want, We must embrace our diversity. One of the important lessons I learned is the value of community and inclusion, which my dear father, Mr. Ismail Muslim, taught. He was one of the earliest to leave our hometown and set up home here in the capital. He found success early. Our home, he opened his doors to community. I grew up with so many people in our households. Our house was a gateway for a whole generation. I learned the value of service, of diversity, of inclusion very early. He showed me that indeed we rise by lifting others, and that is the value my husband Al Hassan continue to teach our sons and daughters. Africa is the most diverse continent of the world, more than anywhere else. We must uphold this value of inclusion and diversity. We are so fragmented in nations, ethnicities, gender, class, and others, and unless we work together for the common good, we cannot lift ourselves and our continent up. In lifting ourselves up, we cannot count the success of the very few who reach the top, but by the many who are able to leave the bottom. To make progress, we acknowledge that we have to forge meaningful partnerships. In 2010, I had the rare privilege of being amongst the very first cohort of President Obama's YALI program at the White House. I was lucky to have been spotted by him to ask a question. I asked whether it was possible to have a true partnership between a superpower like America and a developing country like Ghana. Obama believed that such a partnership was possible because we have many aligning interests. Over the years, as I round up, in conclusion, I have come to believe I've refined the question to ask, would America or the developed world still be interested in Africa without its natural resources? Much as this is an important question for our partners to reflect on, it is an even more important question for us in Africa to answer. How else can we maximize the benefits of our natural resources, and what new value can we harness the energies, creativity of our young people to create, to benefit our people and the world? We must begin to reflect on an African beyond natural resources. Today, it is gratifying to know that many young Africans are already putting in the work. We call on all governments to commit to passing their affirmative action policies to help bridge the gender and diversity gap, and treat with utmost urgency the need to open up major opportunities for Africa's ballooning population. I feel honored today to share this space with a phenomenal woman who has not only stepped up to own her space, like Michelle Obama advised us in 2011 in South Africa. She is the highest ranking female official of the United States who has had her fair share of firsts and broken many glass ceilings on her way to the top. It is a delight to welcome Vice President Kamala Harris to Ghana, the center of the world. Black Star rising, youth rising, women rising, because we can. Martin Luther King was here, Malcolm X was here, Maya Angelou was here, Clinton, Bush, Obama were all here. Now it is her turn, it is my turn. I believe we can all affectionately say, Abina Kamala, you made it. Welcome. Ayiko, Gahabanye, Yeja Baraka. Thank you so very much for being the youth that you continue to be. We will lift this continent up and set it on progressive ways. Amen.